What's up, everybody? It's Jimmy Jackson here, and I'm going to be your host for Mind, Money, Motivation. So, let me give you a quick run through of what this podcast is, what it's going to be, and where we hope to grow and see what we can do with it. So, um, first of all, what the meaning of it is: mind, money, motivation. The three M's. We'll just say the three M's. The first one, mine, is pretty much I want to bring a group of people in who are going to want to, have conversations about, you know, how they stayed focused and how they got their mind right. Things like what it took for them to get where they're at. You know what I mean? Or, any tips or advice that they can give to any of my viewers, any of my friends, family members, or even myself. So, um, I personally like things like stoicism, meditation, um, reading, even going to the gym. Those things will help your mind. Next, money. Let's talk about money in here. I am a realtor. I'm a real estate investor. Uh, I love. I like to play stocks and cryptocurrencies. So anybody who's interested in any of those, also join our chats. Let's get our chats going. Let's teach each other things. Let's network. Let's like this is the type of community that I want to build up. And motivation. You can have smart mind, you can have money, but if you don't have motivation, it can all be gone like that. Me, my motivation is my daughter, and I have epilepsy, and I want to beat those odds. I always wanted to beat those odds. I said none will hold me down. So I'm a competitor. Um, so what I'm gonna do is in my videos, I'm always gonna start the videos off with uh, one rule of philosophy. So I am subscribed to like stoicism channels on YouTube. So I'm going to show one rule and then we'll go from there. So let's play a little education, a little motivation. These videos are for the people who want to actually focus and get their mindset.
You wouldn't even recognize who you see. That's exactly what we're diving into today. I'm going to present 15 powerful challenges that are not just temporary changes, but transformative habits that once incorporated into your daily routine will lead you to a completely renewed version of yourself. If you seek real, deep, and lasting change, you're in the right place. Before we dive into this list, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content that will genuinely help you evolve. Here, we don't talk about superficial changes. We talk about personal growth and a transformation that goes far beyond the physical. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, because each one is a crucial piece in this journey toward a new you. And remember, this path isn't easy, but the results will be worth it. So stay until the end, because the last challenge will surprise you and might just be the game changer you didn't know you needed. Sometimes, the smallest details make the biggest difference. Don't underestimate the power of small daily adjustments, as they can take you to places you never imagined. Let's do this, because the next 30 days will mark the beginning of your transformation. Honesties, wake up 1 hour earlier. Waking up an hour earlier may seem like a small change, but the impact of this simple habit on your life
Number
is
one,
profound. This extra hour isn't just additional time to get things done. It's a moment when you are more rested, with a fresh mind, allowing you to focus on yourself. This extra time provides the perfect opportunity to start the day with a positive ritual, whether it's meditation, reading, or physical exercise. These practices not only energize you, but also create a sense of accomplishment early in the day that carries through to the rest of your day. In addition to boosting your productivity, waking up earlier is a way to strengthen your self-discipline. It's an
man, he said it perfectly. When you get up and you work out and you read and you meditate, you start your day in a whole different mindset. You start your day not drowsy, like, oh, I got it. Even if you work 40 hours a week, I used to work 60 hours a week sometimes at Amazon. If you get up and even do something as simple as meditating, maybe you're not a gym person, which not yet, but you want to get there. Even if you meditate, lay there. You might be like, I don't want to go to work today. I hate this job. But go on YouTube. There's meditation videos everywhere. Go on YouTube, lay there, learn meditation, and you will get up feeling completely different. I'm not saying you're going to get up and be like, yes, I get to work today. No, but you're going to get up and be like, all right, it is what it is. Let me get this day over with. You're going to be ready to go. I promise.
Act of self-control that signals to your mind that you are in charge. The simple act of overcoming the comfort of your bed creates a feeling of victory and reinforces your ability to overcome challenges. It's a way to train your willpower, which over time will become increasingly resistant to distractions and procrastination. Another important benefit is the extra time you gain to plan the day with calmness and clarity. Instead of starting the routine in a rush, you can set priorities and establish goals with a more strategic perspective. This helps prevent chaos and the feeling of always racing against the clock. Those who control the first hours of the day inevitably control the pace and productivity of the following hours. Waking up earlier can also be a moment of silence and peace, something rare in the rush of daily life. This time is valuable for reflecting on your choices, making important decisions, or even connecting with your thoughts and emotions. The silence of the early hours offers an ideal space for self-awareness, helping you understand yourself better and act with more clarity throughout the day.
That's another thing. You learn to connect with your emotions. That is such a powerful tool when you learn to connect with your own emotions. I promise.
The consistency of waking up an hour earlier brings cumulative benefits for your physical and mental health. With this practice, you can adjust your biological clock to a healthier sleep cycle, allowing for deeper, more restorative rest. Additionally, exposure to natural morning light regulates the production of hormones like melatonin, helping improve the quality of your nighttime sleep. Finally, remember that the habit of waking up earlier is a lever for personal transformation. Small daily changes add up to significant results over time. When you take control of your day from the moment you wake up, you are taking the first step toward becoming the person you aspire to be.
That right there speaks truth. It don't get any more. You can't break it down any better than that. So that's just a quick layout of videos that I'm going to be showing, and you know things that I'm going to want to talk about. So since it's just me on here, I'm not going to yap too much because I want to talk about these things with other people as well. Um, so yeah, let's switch over to the next one. So one of the best things that I like though about when you clear out your mind is how easy it is to clear out your circle too. Like you get like a lot of the people that aren't supposed to be in your life out of your life, and you don't do it intentionally. It gradually happens. You know what I mean? It's almost like the people who are destined to be in your life are the ones who still will be around no matter what. And that's something that you will also learn to appreciate is how you will adapt to the people and your surroundings when you start to pay more attention to your needs and your wants and what makes you actually happy. So, I mean, some people care about life and those type of decisions and some people don't. So, And these thoughts um and these perspectives on life is will change your view on life. So maybe everyone who thinks like that will start looking at the economy. So let me switch it over really quick. What's going on in how are we finishing 2024?
Newly minted billionaires this year. And the world's richest man, Elon Musk, just saw his wealth top a historic $400 billion. The numbers highlight the vast and widening gap between the haves and the have-nots. For average Americans, 2024 didn't bring the economic relief that they desperately needed. Kelly Beeson has a look back at 2024 in a year that felt a lot like Wall Street versus Main Street.
Wow.
When America rang in 2024 with the stock market in record territory, there was cautious optimism for the year ahead.
A lot of people were projecting interest rates would finally start to come down in 2024. A lot of people thought inflation was finally under control.
Instead, it turned out to be a year of dueling perspectives. There was a parade of positive indicators, consumer spending exceeding expectations, inflation slowing, wages up 4.6% in 12 months, and a series of strong jobs reports.
The job market is cooking along at a great rate. That's the 27th month in a row that the unemployment rate has been below 4%.
But everyday Americans citing different data.
My grocery bill a week is over $700 for 5 people. It's crazy. I mean, everything's up like 50%. You know, you can't afford to even take your family out to eat no more. And I got a pretty good job.
The economy.
That's a lot of money. $700 a week. You see why I only got one kid? I had my one kid and I was done. $700 a week. Man, who knows? I mean, I know family is definitely worth it, but them kids are not cheap to feed. And it ain't like you can say no to feeding them. You can say no to some Jordans. You can say no to the, newest designer clothes, but you can't say no to feeding them. You cannot say no to feeding your family or your children.
Economy is really bad right now.
I make $14 an hour. Like currently I'm working 7 days in a row and it's still not barely enough to make ends meet.
The economy's horrible. They tell us every day it's good. I shop. It's not good.
The disconnect noteworthy, even to the experts.
I've never seen the economy where two people can be in a room screaming, one screaming the economy is bad, one screaming the economy is great, and they're both right.
It really is this tale of two economies, right? It is two different economic realities that people are experiencing. If you happen to be invested in the stock market, that might be doing really well. But if you are a renter and you see the increased cost of renting, for example, then you're really feeling that stress.
Partly to blame, America's new gig economy.
People are doing some gig jobs, so they're working, but they're not working at the best quality jobs, the ones that are family sustaining.
A growing number, like Matthew Kalish, relying on side hustles to get by. He works overnight at a New Jersey hotel, then clocks in for his day job as a U.S. postal worker.
I mean, we're sometimes at the end of the week where, all the big bills are paid, but we're waiting till Friday to go grocery shopping or, or things like that because there's only so much money to go around, even with both jobs.
Because even slowing inflation means prices are still going up.
So it doesn't mean that prices are going to drop necessarily. It just means that they might stabilize or grow more slowly.
If your prices actually start to go down, that's actually called a deflationary economy. And that's not a good thing from an economic perspective.
In September, with inflation hitting a 3-year low, the Fed made its first cut to interest rates.
The U.S. economy is in a good place, and our decision today is designed to keep it there.
Expectations were high, but the average 30-year mortgage rate only dipped briefly to 6.2% before stubbornly ticking up. For Americans under a staggering record $1.7 trillion in credit card debt, it barely made a difference.
Credit card debt is high and rising, and the average interest rate on
People still using those credit cards, though. Still using up them credit cards. Probably not being very responsible, ruining their credit. Their debt probably going higher and higher and higher. They're not paying attention to it at all.
on a credit card in the US is somewhere between 20 and 25%.
Some as high as 36%. But Americans don't seem to be tightening their belts when it comes to
interest rates.
holiday shopping or on indulgences like meal deliveries, expected to top $95 billion this year.
I'm definitely scratching my head at the people's willingness to pay for the convenience of meal delivery and things like that.
Wow.
Not only are prices generally higher,
$95 billion on DoorDash and deliveries. Why are people complaining? Why are people complaining? You can go grocery shopping at the dollar store. That's crazy to me. That is crazy. And people complain. Americans complain, but they are terrible with managing their finances. It is crazy.
when you order through a delivery service. That's on top of 30% food inflation that we've seen over the past 5 years.
If all the traditional economic data feels as reliable as Jack Sparrow's compass, maybe it's time to look at that other famous indicator, the men's underwear index, which suggests men don't replace their briefs and boxers as often in tough economic times. If Hanes stock is any sign, things are on the upswing for 2025.
And the more you know there. Kelly Beeson, thank you so much. They're also
Things people spend money on is just outrageous. Outrageous. People complain and bitch about things, and then you ask them, "Well, how much you spend at the club last night? How much did you spend smoking weed, getting drinks?" You know what I'm saying? The Americans are just terrible at managing money. So that's just an example, though, of topics I want to talk about with money and motivation. Last but not least, I wanted to just pull up something about a woman who owned a property, and a hoarder took over her damn property. Literally moved in and took her property. These are also things that motivate me when I see videos like this. So obviously, besides your family and your children, there's other things that can motivate people. So I want to show you this. So really quick, it was a Georgia woman. She had a home. Um, I said hoarder. Sorry, I meant squatter. She's had a big problem with a squatter, and then the courts took the side of the squatter, and this woman is having pain in the ass getting this woman out of here. And to make it even worse, the homeowner's still paying the mortgage on the property. If she doesn't keep on paying that mortgage, that home goes into foreclosure. You might have lost, I don't know how much that home is worth, $300,000-$400,000, just because this one person wants to squat in her home. And who knows if she's destroying the home, which is bringing the value of the home down. And then what if the homeowner has to go reinvest back into the property? Anyways, let me stop yapping and put it up.
Caught on camera, a Georgia homeowner confronts an alleged squatter and is eventually arrested after attempting to get back inside her own home. Joining me now is Lolita Hale. She has been charged with criminal trespass. She's outraged that she spent a night in jail while someone slept in her home. Ms. Hale, I have to tell you, first, I was really excited to speak to you to tell your story here, because I can only imagine how frustrated you were behind all of this. How did the alleged squatter actually get into your house to begin with?
Well, on this particular occasion, we
Crazy.
cleaned up. We spent the entire day, the day before, cleaning out the house because it was trashed. And we thought she was gone. And the next morning we went back to paint to get the house ready for to be rented out. And she was there. She had broken the lock off.
Ms. Hill, I can only imagine your frustration. Your first thoughts were, oh, heck no, I'm sure.
Right. I'm like, I'm just not believing this, that she had.
So let me say this real quick. This is motivation for a person like me because it's not right. It's not fair. Like, we should be educating each other on the laws, the rules, the regulations of our cities, our states. There's people who don't even know this stuff is going on. They don't even know it. There's people probably in that county who don't even know this stuff is going on. And it is spreading. It's spreading like wildfire. So things like this are motivation. We need to teach each other like how things are being stolen from people who are successful by people who are not successful. Like that that is a big, big loss if she were to lose this house to this woman. And that to me personally is motivation. Like we gotta come together, man. We have to be motivated to not let these people just take over what some of us have worked hard for to get where we're at today.
Had the audacity to break the law, to re-enter my home.
Now, how have police helped you since all of this started, and where are you now with everything?
They have not been of any help. The local law enforcement nor the local courts have been much of any help.
Ms. Hale, why were you arrested, though? Help us understand that you own the home. You clearly can show that you have ownership of this home. This person is not an authorized renter. How did it happen that you ended up in handcuffs?
Your guess is just as good as mine. I would have never imagined in a million years that not only myself, but any homeowner would be arrested as a result of a squatter being in their house. That's just no logical explanation. I can't explain it.
You've been a homeowner now for a while, I understand. Ms. Hale, what happens that the laws seem to favor squatters over the homeowner? Where is that gray area, and what are you learning from this situation?
What I've learned in this particular county, Clayton County, is that the judges, the magistrate court judges there, do not understand the law, or they're not interested in the law because they don't seem to be applying it.
Ms. Hale, you own this home. This person is still in your home, or are they out of it now?
To my knowledge, she's still in my home.
Okay.
I have been instructed not to go to my home until I get a writ.
Okay.
And yes, I am paying the mortgage there still.
So you're still paying a mortgage there. This woman is still in your home. You've been told you can't go back to the home until you get a court-ordered writ?
That's correct.
And so where...
Now, what if something happened where the homeowner had to go back and move home? What if her and her husband were going through a divorce and she was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and live in our rental property for a little bit till I get it together. And she packs up, goes to move in, and this squatter's there. Now what is she supposed to do? What if her husband is like, you ain't coming back here, sorry, you know? Or what if he does let her back and there's nothing but tension in the air? Or what if she has to go stay in a hotel, you know, because they sold their property and then they planned on moving there together. So they weren't going to get a divorce. They planned on moving into this home together, and the squatter's there. Like a squatter literally will show up the day before you move in. Like it's literally that bad. Like squatters are on another level these days.
Where are you in the process now? What's next year, and when will you be able to get back into your home?
I have no clue when I will be able to get back into my home. I did speak with the court on last week, and I was informed that a hearing would be scheduled for, I guess, some type of evidentiary hearing on her appeal. Although she has not met any of the statutory requirements in order for her to have an appeal. So I don't know why we're having a hearing, but I have not received notice of a date.
And in all of this, you don't have access to your property. You don't know what kind of damage is being done, and you're still the one paying the mortgage on this home. Ms. Hale, know that we are concerned and keep us updated on this process.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
That is crazy to me. And then there's a whole group of people, I ain't gonna say which ones, hint, hint, that think that this is okay because these people need somewhere to stay. And you know, something even more crazy is a lot of them, the ones who ain't supposed to be here, they've been learning these squatting rules and regulations in counties and states. So when I say it's starting to spread, it's starting to spread. And I'm also going to be touching base on some sports. So let me share this. Wow. All right. I'll have to, I mean, Colorado State is all right. I don't know really know much about Colorado State. I don't know much about East Carolina. I know North Carolina State looked pretty good. We could ask my brother. My brother was a college football fanatic apparently this year. I do got Colorado. I'm actually gonna make sure I watch that game. And man, the Army and the Navy football teams was good this year, man. Uh, Like, damn, I think they were both ranked pretty high too. Number 19, and the like Navy was ranked like number 20 something. I can't remember, but so this is just a quick layout, anyways, of what my podcast is going to be about. Different subjects, mind, money, motivation.